Good morning, everyone. This is Debbie Henderson from Debbie's Designs. Welcome to my monthly 3D Thursday class. I'm going to give it a few more seconds for everyone to join me this morning. Just a few reminders. The month of March is almost over with, and this is my hostess code to use when you check out through the online store. And you'll earn some free products from me once the month is over with. My door prize for the month of May is By the Bay stamp set. Everyone that orders from me for the whole month of March, your name will be entered. And this does include Paper Pumpkin customers. Good morning, everyone. So good to see you. Sorry I'm a little late. I had technical difficulties with my phone and had to switch to Dave's phone again. I don't know what's going on, but I do need to call my phone company. So just a reminder, we only have 10 more days left in celebration, and that's why I'm using the Botanical Butterfly Designer Series paper today. Let me bring you a sampling of the designer paper, all these beautiful patterns. So today I am actually creating something that can be used for Easter or for craft fairs or any time of the year. It's this cute little, it almost looks like a little beach bag. This is actually a project designed by Twyla Davis, who is on the 3D Thursday team page with me. And I thought I'd use her instructions and show you how to do that. So I have some little Easter eggs that I used. And then you can see that the little handles and the designer paper on the inside. And for those of you that are intimidated when it comes to 3D projects, this is so easy. You're not going to believe how easy it is. So let's get started with the supplies I'm using. So I have a piece of Calypso coral, 11 inches by 3 3/4. Another piece that measures 4.5 by 3 inches. Now the designer paper I used on this one was the Gorgeous Grape and Highland Heather. I'm actually using a black and white panel this time just to show you a little difference. This measures 12 inches by 2.5. I've got 2 little scraps of butterflies here I'm going to cut out with the punch. And then the last piece of cardstock is the Calypso coral, measuring 1/4 inch, and it's actually 11 inches long, but we're going to trim some of that. No ink pads today. The 1 3/4 inch circle punch, the 2 1/4 inch circle punch, and the butterfly duet punch. So I'm going to bring in my scoring tool just to score once on the smaller Calypso coral. And we're going to score 3/4 inch around all 4 sides. And that's all the scoring we're going to be needing. Next, I'm going to bring in my paper snips. And I'm actually going to cut on each score line up to the score line to make some tabs. And as I'm doing that, to make it easier for folding, I'm going to cut out a little sliver just to angle that tab. So we're going to do this 4 times. And that's it for cutting. So scoring and cutting is done. Now I'm going to fold on all of the score lines, even the little tabs. And don't forget to share my video as you are watching. What I'm going to do, because I can't mail these, whoever I pick for a winner, I'm just going to send you like all of the cardstock pieces I'm using today so you can create your own. That will be what the winner receives. Now I'm going to add glue to all of the tabs. And we're actually going to form a little box bottom by just folding the tabs in and pressing them in place. So I thought this would be a great project to show with Easter coming up next month. One more. Okay, so this is the little bottom of the box. Next, I'm going to bring in the designer paper. We're actually going to flip it over to the wrong side. Add a strip of tear and tape. Now this piece is also going to be too long, but we're going to trim it at the end. Now I'm going to flip it over and add tear and tape just to one end. Let me burnish with my bone folder. And now I'm going to peel off the backing. And I'm going to start at the end with the tear and tape. I'm going to start about halfway over. You're just going to line that up so it's nice and even on the end of the box. And you're going to work your way around. So we're doing all four sides. Whoops, that one went on a little crooked. So here's side number 3 and the rest of side number 4. And I'm actually going to trim this. So I'm going to cut that off about where the seam's going to meet. Peel off the tear and tape. Okay, and there's your little bag already. See how easy that was? And I'm just going to go on the inside and press that all in place. So there's the shape of the bag. The next step is to bring in the little Calypso coral strip. I've already gone ahead and add the tear tape on the back. And what I did for my first one is I found the seam. I went a little bit past the seam. Now we're going to go around and add the Calypso coral. It gives it a nice colored base. And again, I'm going to trim that so I can overlap it. Okay, so there's the base just to add some color. Next up, I'm using the 1 3/4 inch circle punch. I'm going to put that in about almost halfway and make sure you line it up so it's even on each side. Now, an easy way that I use to make sure that both sides are the same, I actually added a little bit of snail on the back of the one that I just cut. I glued it right here to the other side, and that's going to give me a little pattern to measure with. So now I can just cut that the exact same size and they both fall off. Okay. Now here's my Calypso coral scrap. To create the handles, I'm first going to use the 1 3/4 inch punch. I'm going to do 4. And then the 2 1/4 inch circle punch. And you're going to make the ring. That's why you use the smaller circle first. It's a lot easier to line up using the hole to cut out your handles. So we need 4 of those. Okay, one more. Now I'm going to bring in my liquid glue and add glue around all. I'm going to do 2 at a time just so they don't dry, around the whole ring. And it's really neat how you use the half circle that you just cut and glue it in place. And then you go to the inside and overlap them. And there's your handle. Isn't that easy? So now we'll do handle number 2. Again, using the liquid glue to line up the handle. And then we add the overlapping ring. Look how easy that was, and your bag is done. Wouldn't this make a cute little beach bag too, or a little get well bag? Now let me get my butterflies. I dropped one on the floor. Okay, now I'm going to use my punch to punch those out. I'm going to be so sad when this paper is gone from Celebration. Now a little tip, this one is a little smaller. I'm going to bring in a scrap piece of paper, just add a little bit of glue and create a handle so that I can feed this through a little bit easier. So there's my 2 butterflies. I'm going to add stamping dimensionals to each one. And I'll find the front of my box, fold the wings a little. We'll add one here. And the second one goes right here. And I know that this ribbon is no longer available. It's the organdy ribbon. During Celebration, I actually used up the rest of the purple on this one. So I'm going to go ahead and use the pineapple punch. I'm just trying to use up my supply. I'm going to add a bow to the handle. Whoops. I've got glue on my finger and it's just grabbing that ribbon. So I hope you guys were able to grab pretty much all you wanted from Celebration. We had such wonderful products this year. I loved everything. Okay, there's my bow. Let me just trim that up for you. And then like I did here, I added some little eggs, some Whoppers eggs, and then I added the coordinating ribbon, and that fits right in my bag, just like that. So that's my project for today for 3D Thursday. I'm going to be on again tomorrow. It's just so funny how the dates all worked out for the month of March. So tomorrow is actually my Friday folds. I'll be using the Happiness Blooms designer paper. And this is a card that I had received when I went on the Alaska incentive trip. And somebody asked if I would show how to make one. So once you open up the card, I'll show you what happens. It's really neat. So this little origami on the inside, and then you just open it up to reveal the inside of a larger card. So this is the card I'm going to be showing tomorrow. So join me here again at 10 a.m. Eastern Time so you can learn how to make this card. So have a good day, everyone, and thanks so much for joining me today. If you make one of these, I would love to see a picture, so make sure you send me a picture of your project. Have a good day. See you tomorrow.